Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. Ethereum moves a little bit differently to Bitcoin at the moment, but it's also in an ascending channel, which has developed over the last few days. Discussed the higher level price action in yesterday's videos in detail, but just to make it short, we are still in this probable or possible third wave. And in this third wave, I would currently expect and prefer another extension to the upside. It's not necessarily high probability because, as I outlined already in the last few days, the risk that we drop down into this wave 4 support area at least is now very high because we fulfilled the minimum requirements of this fifth wave of the third, and it doesn't need to push any higher at the moment. And a push higher would be preferred in this fifth wave of the third, but it's not a must anyway, and it's also not really needed anymore because it did fulfill those minimum expectations and targets for a fifth wave. Yeah, remember last week we talked about that 1718 level. It reached 1713, 1715, and I saw that on some exchanges we actually reached the 1718 level. So I would say, minimum expectations achieved as well. It made a higher high compared to the third wave there in green, so it doesn't need to push any higher. That means risk to the downside is increasing. That's why we've got the support area on the chart here, the micro support. And if that support is dropping and falling and failing, then we are most likely heading into this support area, which goes down to 1435, between 1435 and 1500. And if we lose this as well, then I'm watching, are we already in this wave 2, which could then result in a wave 3 that could first take us to $3,000 and higher. And it would be a very good confirmation that the bear market is already over. As I explained before, at this stage, there is currently no evidence at all that the bear market is over. There are a few indicators, but that's all. Yeah, that's everything. So for me, the downside risk is increasing, and I started to take some profits of some of the positions that I bought throughout the bear market this week. Yeah, because I bought at lower prices, Bitcoin as well, made community members aware. Really nice was that purchase here on the 9th of November. But throughout the bear market, really, and that's what many people did. And I think at some point, a trader or investor just needs to pay him or herself. And we now have a 45% increase since then. And I think we're getting to a point where you can clearly see that a lot of the buyers are struggling and the sellers as well. So there are still buyers buying in. There are sellers who want to take profits, and even if we push once more higher, which I would currently prefer, maybe into the $1,800 to $1,900 region, which is when I might take some more profits, then at some point we should see that drop either in a wave 4 or a wave 2. So it will get very, very interesting over the next few days and weeks. First of all, we need to watch, are we actually going to hold here this micro support area? At the moment, we seem to be doing this, and if I draw the fibs again, you can see this is between the 1630 level, which is the 50% retracement, and the 88.7 fib at 1575. Below 1575, we are losing micro support, and we're also going to drop out of this channel to the downside, and will hopefully or probably go into this wave 4 support area. And what is interesting, what has developed over the last day or so is this triangle pattern. Don't think it's really easily countable as an Elliott Wave triangle, but that's also not so important. This could easily still be a B wave and come down. However, it looks, if you just look at it like that, it looks like a bullish pennant, a so-called bullish pennant, which would usually break to the upside, but that's pure speculation at this stage. Just be aware that we are heading here into a triangle apex, and that possibly throughout today we are going to see a breakout. Again, there are different ways of drawing this. You can use the wicks or you can do it without them. Normally I do it without them. I find that a bit more reliable here on the 1 hour chart, but there isn't really a right or wrong. There is no exact science. What is important is that there are only really a few hours left until we see a breakout of some sort. And at the moment we also coming down with the volume. That's typically what you see in these triangles. You typically see a volatility reduce, you see volume reduce, and then at some point when you see the volume break out, that would also go along with a breakout of the triangle. And let's just speculate what the targets could be. So let's say we break out from here or here, it doesn't really matter where exactly. Let's say it breaks out to the downside. What we do to calculate target would be we take the length of the triangle, the height, and also here it's not exact science. We take the beginning of the triangle. Now here you can see the challenge that the triangle to the downside started at the 1630 level, to the upside actually here at around 1703. I'm not going to go that high because it would take me out of the triangle here. So I'm just leaving it like that, and it doesn't need to be exact, just to give you an idea. Let's say we break out to the downside, maybe in a couple of hours. It should take us into this target area around 1600, 1598. To the upside would make a new high, and it would follow along the count here in a third wave, and the target would be around 1740. So it's gonna remain interesting. As with every pattern, really, with every structure, we need to see which direction the chart is breaking out to get an idea. Looking at this, it would rather suggest actually a break to the downside. I know it's unusual with a triangle that you consider trend continuation, but the move up looks very corrective, and we also haven't made a new high yet. And it topped basically again in 3 waves. Basically here, if you can take a look at that, within a B wave, you could say this was an A, B, C structure in itself, and we're now coming down maybe in the C wave. But again, we just need to wait. Both options here possible. Why? Just simply because we are still in this channel. We are in a larger consolidation. The move up isn't really impulsive. It's currently trying to, and this could certainly be the wave 1 of this larger 5th wave, but that's not really confirmed until we break out above the channel. Okay, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.